Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. Yes, I'm back again, and of course you know where I am. I'm Amigos Taco Cantina. It's amazing here. They have an incredible buffet, lunch buffet. It's $13.95 or something, and then they also have one for dinner, another one, 16 something. It's absolutely amazing. I have Dustin Ardine with me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I was looking. You've got the most beautiful skin. What do you do? What do you put on it? I gotta find a few secrets.
Just try to keep up moisturizer.
Just keep it moisturized,
exactly.
especially in Vegas. It's very dry here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
With the wind and everything else that's
Definitely.
going around.
Definitely.
So, Dustin's an actor.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I've been acting since I was 6 years old. In fact,
6 years old.
yes.
Still different then than now, right?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. But I've acted in pretty much every city in the union, and I've gone up to Canada, Mexico, and all over. In fact, I was just in
So
Vegas.
you're kind of not settled.
No, not really.
And why are you not settled in this vast business of acting? I know there's so many out there. There's a lot of competition, but my answer has always been, you are the competition. So you're going to make yourself the competition.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're thinking about your dream and you're trying to go after your dream, it's all about passion. Passion is what drives you. Passion is what makes you live for now.
And whatever the passion may be.
Like you said, go out to Los Angeles and there's probably 15,000 people that look just like me. So what differentiates me from them is my drive.
Nobody looks like Dustin. Come on, there's only one of you.
Well, thank you
Pretty
very
cool.
much. I
Pretty
appreciate
cool.
that.
So, which has been your favourite place? You've been practically all over the world, or all over the country, anyway.
Pretty much. I love. I was just here shooting a feature film in Vegas at the Embassy nightclub with Ronnie Nanos called Death Club.
Oh, Ronnie Nanos, how are you, Ronnie?
How's it going, Ronnie?
I love that guy.
Yeah,
he's adorable. He's fabulous.
Definitely.
Now,
definitely.
he was producing the movie or directing it? Or?
He was directing it. It was produced by the Patels.
Hi, Patels. How are you, Patels? Yeah, we know the Patels too. We know them all out there.
Yeah, they're all wonderful. Wonderful people.
They're all amazing people.
We had an amazing cast and crew. It's called Death Club. It's in post-production right now. Can't wait for it to get out to the world and for everybody to see it.
Now, is this the first production you've done with them?
With the Patels, yes.
With the Patels, because once you get in, you get in with a company or with a group, and they know how you act and they know what you do. You get called back because they know you can be reliable. They know you can play that particular part. Do you get that a lot?
I try to, because I'm a method actor, so I go really far into my roles, whether I have to gain weight, lose weight, whatever the case may be.
Oh, I don't know about this gaining weight and losing weight. I guess I could never be an actor.
But I mean, some people really, really like that. Ronnie and me clicked instantly.
Well, they're dedicated to them. To them, it's like a business. It's like their work. So they dedicate. I also admire a lot of actors and actresses, how they dedicate themselves. But it is their business. I remember Carl Malden. He was a friend of my husband and I, and his wife Martha. And Carl Malden would say, he said, well, James, that was my husband's name. He said, well, James, I have a job just like you. I just act and you sell real estate. He said, we both do the same thing. But he was dedicated, obviously, that Carl Malden was very dedicated to his world of business. So what is your criteria? Where are you going? What are you kind of doing? What is your goal? What do you want?
I mean, my goal since I was 6 years old has always been to act for a living. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do full time. I want to get out to the main street.
Are you getting lead parts?
Yes, and I mean, in Death Club, I was lead in that. I did a feature film before that called Ariadne, where I had to gain about 80 pounds for.
So that must be fun gaining 80 pounds.
It's not fun taking it off. Definitely, that's the hard part. Eat, work out a bunch, and that film's now on DVD and Blu-ray all over. It came out Walmart and Best Buy and everything, and Amazon Prime, which Ronnie actually has his own film called Ring of Desire on there. You should definitely check it out. Ring of Desire on there.
Any other films we need to check out there?
I mean, there's so many great things going on right now, and I've had the pleasure of being blessed as I see it for a lot of good things that happen. Saturday, I had a film of mine show at the Grauman's Chinese Theater, and it ended up winning
That's
Best
in Los
Actor.
Angeles.
Ended up winning Best Actor for myself and Best Horror of the Year for the film.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Isn't that wonderful?
Like I said, very blessed and honored, and I actually just won Best Actor at the Vegas Movie Awards for the same film as well.
My goodness, I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
That's wonderful, because this is what you work to achieve, isn't it?
this is my life's work and my life's goal. And
now, to be an actor, you know, we all get in these films and we all get these parts and we're all, you know, blah 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 blah. How do you prepare when you actually are chosen to come to audition for a part? How do you prepare yourself with that? Do you get the script? Do you read? Obviously, lead part, you'd have to have the script. How do you exactly put that all together?
I mean, everything's in the audition. A lot of actors say they hate going to auditions, they hate doing this and the other things. I love going to auditions because even if I end up not getting the role,
only one that likes going to auditions, I can assure you.
Even if I don't end up getting the role, I still get to do what I love for 15 minutes in that day. You know, which is acting.
But you know you're going to get a role on all these auditions you go to.
I mean, you hope.
Know.
You know,
yes, but you know you're going to because you've already got so many roles. So are you recognized out there as you walk into the room? Do they recognize you? Or they...
I mean, it's happened a couple times. Oh, I've seen you in this and you're really good. Or, you know, and then instantaneously when you walk in a room and hopefully you click with everybody. Like when I walked in for Death Club, I clicked, me and Ronnie clicked instantly, and the Patels, they were all great people. And I left feeling really good about it. And then when I got the call that they were offering me the, you know, one of the lead roles, I was like, absolutely.
Now this was a full-fledged movie.
Yes, full-fledged feature film. And they want to have openings in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and New York. So I can't wait for all that. That's going to be wonderful.
I've done a lot of red carpets for the Patels. I've done their red carpets.
They're wonderful people.
I just adore them. And I love his wife. His wife is so sweet. She stands there. She's
wonderful.
She's just lovely.
Absolutely.
She is. It's a very neat family, and they know exactly what they're doing. They know what they want. They know where they're going. So, what are your goals right now? Are you up for anything now? Are you going to any lovely auditions?
Right now, I try to audition as much as I possibly can, whether it's self-submission or in person. Obviously, with everything going on in the world, a lot more self-submissions have happened. But right now, I am in talks with coming out again to Vegas with a director named
Ty so you're in Vegas right now. So it's coming out to Vegas. Where am I?
And well, coming out in February, March area, you know, maybe even summer.
Where do you live? You live in Los Angeles?
I live in Los Angeles and Vegas both. I go
okay.
back and forth all the time. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is another great home for me. I love Pittsburgh. But you know, coming out here to hopefully work with Ty King on his upcoming film. He's so passionate about it. I've spoken with Ty a couple times over the phone about his feature that he wants to do, and that's really where it is for me. Is like getting to know.
Ty King?
That would be about it's like a film noir, and I love the film noir genre, and I can't wait to play it. I'm hoping it all comes to pass. I'm hoping that you know, I get to work with such a passionate person like Ty, just like I got to work with passionate people like the Patels and Ronnie, and you know, that's what I really look for, is more not just the project or the character, because once I get the character,
you're working with, the people you're used to working with. Is that kind of how kind of an actor or actress, they sort of, you know, climb up the ladder? Because they work with these certain people, they're reliable, they work with them, they all work together. And that's kind of it. It's like a job, it's like anything.
Well, I mean, in anything, when you go, you know, if you're going to go be a shoes salesman or paint, you know, paint for a living or whatever it is, you have to be reliable, you have to be professional.
Yes.
And so when I show up on set, it doesn't matter if I'm completely in character for the whole time we're shooting the film. I'm still first to show up, want to be the last one to leave. I still come professional to all my auditions. I'm always off book. I'm never holding my cell phone in my hand, you know, trying to audition or anything like that.
You're just professional out, and you're with them for the time they need you on that set.
Well, I mean, whether or not, I mean, I would love to work with the Patels and Ronnie and a bunch of people that I've worked with before. There's a couple people in the industry that I have my little black book, and I put their name down. I will never work with them ever.
We all have a little black book.
You know, but I want them to look at me and say, you know, this guy's reliable, he's professional. Let's give Dustin a call. You know, because I don't like playing the same characters over and over and over again, you know, but I love working with the same people over and over again.
So, if you had a character to play, or a character you've always wanted to play, what would that be?
I think right now I would love to play like a real life story, you know, tell someone's real story, you know, because
I do a little bit of Clark Gable.
An actor of the past, that would be an honor. You know, I was actually named after Dustin Hoffman, so just to, you know, meet him, shake his hand, you know, would be wonderful.
So you could play these people.
Absolutely, and again, no matter if I need to lose weight, gain weight, if I have to speak a different accent, whatever, I don't mind.
Orson Welles, you know, Orson Welles.
Absolutely.
You know, you could do that too.
Absolutely.
You've got that type of face, that very clean cut, beautiful face.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Now
you said sometimes you say that you are called, or sometimes you have to go and get the job yourself or get the acting. How do you get the work yourself? How do you sort of?
That just
the reason I'm asking this question is for all my audience out there, so that if you're an actor, you can find out a few things, a few tips of what he does.
Anybody who ever asked me that question, I say it's all about the grind. It's if you walk into a room with 25 people that look exactly like you, what it separates you from apart from it. For me, it's I'm going to outwork every single person in that room. I guarantee you, no matter who you are, I will outwork you. Because from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed at night, this is what I want to do with my life. This is all I want to do with my life.
And that's all you've done since you were 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were 6 years old, were you anything famous or anything? Because I know these young shows and everything.
I mean, I did. I was like background, extras and like Sister Act or even Kingpin.
Oh, really?
But a lot of it either got cut on the editing room floor, or I remember I got a feature role in The War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, and I was on set with him for about a week and a half. And great guy, he gave me lots of tips and information. But then almost my entire part got cut out of the film. And
I think I've got cut. I've been in a few films, and I've definitely ended up on the floor somewhere.
It
definitely I didn't see myself in the movies.
So you just can't be discouraged, and you got to keep going to work and be professional at all times.
Yes.
Know your lines, know what is expected of you. Don't mess around on set, because it's all time is money, as they say.
Okay, secret to learning lines, because that's one of the biggest. Every actor has this problem: learning lines and remembering them, and not getting flustered in front of your opposite actor or actress.
Mm-hmm. With me, it's preparation. Preparation, I think, is the key to becoming a character. You want to build that person from the ground up. I want people to look at the screen and not go, wow, Dustin did a great job. I want them to see that character.
You want that character.
Exactly. And then afterward, they go, wow, that was awesome. Who did that? Who brought that character to life? When I went to the New York Film Academy, and when I was there, I was living in my car for the entire 2 years that I was there. And I would go to class, and people would not have any other lines memorized. And then they would be like, how do you memorize all your lines? And I'd ask them, what did you do last night? And they would say, well, we had a party over here, we did this or that. And I'm like, I was in my car practicing my lines while you were partying or doing this or that, the other thing.
So you're really dedicated to what you want.
I mean, you have to be. If you want anything in life, whether that's to be, a huge actor, or to, like I said, have a successful painting company, or whatever it is.
Whatever it is you want out there, you have to actually do it 100%.
Because that passion will drive you forward and make you work every single day, because there's always somebody behind you. Always somebody waiting to grab your spot.
Any particular person you would like to play?
I mean, I've played such a vast array of characters, and I've done things from Shakespeare to Tennessee Williams on stage. I've done serial killers. I've done the love interest. I mean, honestly, for me, the more work that I get, that's what I'm after. I'm after positive, great projects that people are passionate about. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the story is about a real-life serial killer, or if it's a story of love at true sight. Whenever you meet these people and you work, that will make what happens in the very end that much better, because they'll see it through all the way to the end. I don't like working with...
Do you find them watching you?
Yeah. Yes. But it's great, like with a director like Ron. He knew the kind of background that I had. Started in theater. He knew that I was a method actor, so he just kind of let me loose, which is great. And then when he needed to reel me in,
because he knew he could trust you.
Exactly.
He knew what you were going to do.
And that trust is great.
Well, it is, because they've got this character. Sometimes they've got this character within their heads, and sometimes, I used to get chosen for a lot of commercials because they had this character in their head, and I was the character. Whether I was going to talk or not, or anything, didn't make any difference. But they liked the character, so they like you as a character. And as long as they know you can produce things, because you probably know that. But it's finding that character and hoping that person's going to do what you want, because they've got that in their mind. And when you do what you want, it makes their job so much easier. You have how they relieve, and
absolutely.
And when they've got a bunch of people that haven't really studied or done what they're supposed to do, it's very hard.
Well, see, I see my job as an actor is, when it all comes down to it, it's my job to bring the director and the producer's vision to life. So if there's any kind of disagreement, I always do what they want, because that's my job.
Yes, do what they want. I think that's the best answer. Any actor out there, do what your producer and your director want out there, because they've got this in their mind, what they want. You're just somebody that came along that they chose for that part, and they're hoping you're going to do it. And
if they give you freedom to have artistic input on your character, absolutely run with it. Give them something that they'll remember. But at the end of the day,
they'll soon tell you no if they don't like it.
Exactly.
Believe me, they will. They will never say don't do it that way. They will always say, this is a wonderful thing about the industry. They always say to you, well, let's try it this way, or let's do it this way, or let's try it that way. They will never Never say you've made a mistake or you did it wrong in the movie industry. They never do they?
I mean, some will, and honestly, as an
shouldn't.
actor, I actually prefer that because I can deal with a director
Well,
who's
you can
like,
do. Most actors can't
exactly,
deal with it.
but
Most
that's the
actors
issue.
cannot deal with
Yeah.
something they did wrong because they never do anything wrong.
And see, that's where you have to put yourself out of the picture and
Yes.
just bring the character to life.
Bring the character.
Once you understand that, then you're fine. Because I can deal with a director who's like, what was that? Let's do it again and change everything you did. Rather than somebody who's like, that was awesome. Let's do it again and change absolutely everything that you did. You know?
Okay. I guess we didn't like it.
Exactly.
But they do that. The reason they do that actually is because they don't want to get the actor down in the dumps.
No.
They still want them to have that spirit. They want to have them that, to
absolutely.
do that part. So that's why
And
they
see,
do that.
that's where my own, self-interest in what I do comes through because you're not going to get me down.
No.
All right, it's not going to happen. I'm there to
So
do a
Dustin
job.
cannot be got down. In the meantime, Dustin, how can anybody find you for all these great, fantastic acting parts out there?
I have my own website. It's DustinArdine.com. I'm on every social media that there is. I post at least once per day. Hit me up, email me, DustinArdine@gmail.com. I'd love to work with absolutely anybody and anywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. Los Angeles, Vegas,
There's
Pittsburgh,
planes
Pennsylvania,
and travels
just
and
whatever.
cars and all sorts of screens to get around.
Exactly.
To get around. And you have a website,
DustinArdine.com.
DustinArdine.com. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
One more thing I want to ask you. What would you advise the younger generation, something they should do to become an actor?
Make sure that this is exactly what you want to do with your life because there's no half in. There's no, I'll go out to Hollywood and I'll give it 25, 25 months or 2 years or anything like that. If this is truly what you want to do, it's the same with, I tell anybody who wants to open up a beautiful cantina like this or who wants to go into be a reporter or behind the scenes, whatever it is. You have to do what is passionate for you and
stick with
put
it.
everything that you have into it. Stick with it. Make that decision. This is what I want to do, or don't start.
And you're going to go through the ups and downs, and there's more ups than downs, so don't even worry
Absolutely.
about it.
And because of those ups and downs, if this is truly what you want to do, then you're going to be able to go through that.
Well, Dustin's been amazing. He's been very informative as to being an actor, what it is. There's a lot of work attached, just like any other job. You go into
Absolutely.
something and you become dedicated to what you're doing. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. We
Thank you
shall
very
be
much.
right back. Oh,
Thank
by
you.
the way, social media shows is who produces us, and of course we've got Pureza, who is my producer. Absolutely amazing. We will be right back with our next guest. Take care.
It's a show. It's all a show. They want us to know exactly who they are. And they want us to know that they are not afraid of us. And they want us to know this is only the beginning.